My name is Sister Agnes Narocho Walubuka, and I'm the administrator of St. Charles Lwanga House. I decided to become an assisted living administrator after we had started with our first 3 clients in 1997. In 1997, we started St. Charles Lwanga House by getting the 501c3 for St. Charles Lwanga House first, and then applying for the license. So after that, that was another location. This was a later location. We have the houses for the boys and for the girls, and what we started with first was for the boys. So it was a different location from here, and the original house for the boys burnt down in October 18th, 2018. This one was a much later foundation for the ladies. Everybody wanted the sisters to take care of the ladies, so we founded this much later, but the boys' house was the original one. The assisted living service that we provide for St. Charles Lwanga House is a little bit different from other houses. By choice, we decided to minister to people with severe mental illness. Unlike the other houses, assisted living is for seniors, but we didn't look at the senior population as where the agency was. The agency was the people with severe mental illness were most of the time homeless, and they also didn't have continuous service where the medication was monitored and they were stabilized. So that's the field that we chose to apply our assisted living facility for. Because of the mental health status, we do everything. We cook, we do laundry, we give medications, we go to the doctors, we go to church, we go to movies, we go to restaurants, and we go to day support program. The day support program is a must for our residents because it gives them extra therapy that they need for their mental health. The other things that we also like to do is to welcome the people from the communities to come and be part of what we do. So they can come and run an activity with the ladies here, or if it's the house for the boys, that they run an activity, 1 or 2 activities with them. The space that people have with mental illness is kind of limited because people are afraid, or they feel you don't understand, or they feel, you must have somebody. Well, they're grown-ups. They can go to the shop and buy what they want to buy. But most of the time, people warrant that they must have somebody with them all the time to take care of them. So to invite the community to be part of us, it's also educating the community what mental illness is. Faith has a big, huge role in my career, in our career. I was baptized when I was 2 weeks old, and my family, my community, it was all a faith-based community. When I found myself in the United States and when I arrived in Williamsburg, we arrived in Williamsburg to start a house of study. That's the permission we had asked from the bishop. But one lady with her faith, she was not able to find a home for her son. She said, Mother Teresa loves everybody, and I just want you to take care of my son because my son is not able to live anywhere. So that faith of that lady challenging our faith, got us going, and we had no idea what all that meant because we were not ready for it, we were not prepared. So we started learning everything from scratch from this young man. He taught us what was needed to take care of him, and then we got to know what it is that we needed to do for the state to get everything going. So faith faith is part and parcel of who we are and what we do every day. Therefore, it's something that, you live every day. You just put your faith in front. We have resources and like a faith-based group. It is very challenging. It is a very challenging field. But when you work with the community, then you work with other agencies on a national level, and you work with other agencies even on an international level, then those challenges are not as scary. So it is that teamwork, and again, just reaching out to the community to let them know your needs, that you get resources that fill in the loopholes where otherwise it would be very difficult. But with those resources, we have the local people, the local churches, the local friends, and international. When it means international, now for us, for the sisters to come from Africa to help, we have to do international visas and what have you, and they don't have to come from one country. They can come from just any country. They are welcome. That is what it takes to take care of people with severe mental illness. We spend more time with our residents than any other place. We don't have the shifts that run from 7 to 3, 3 to 11, 11 to 7. So as far as we know, we are like maybe the smallest assisted living for adults in the States, but we have also been the longest that we've not closed. Ever since we opened, we've remained open, but we keep small groups, 6, 6, 6, 8, 8. We never run a big facility. So it is very convenient for people who would like to have a calm, settled place to feel that this is home. St. Charles Lwanga House is a family-like setting. We are here 24/7, and the residents, that's what the residents look for. They look for safety. They look for predictability, because when they go to the day program, when they come, there you are. When they need you, you are present. So with that, they feel like it's a home, and they feel that they don't have to worry about finding other things elsewhere, because whatever they need or wherever they want to go, we are able to provide that. Odulia Brown has been a great mentor of ours. Odulia Brown and Deborah Ford. Those are the two outstanding ladies who have been our mentors. We can get on the phone and call them anytime and just run anything by them. They train us where we feel that we need more maybe enhanced skills of maybe a resident has arrived whose needs we are not able to meet, but whose needs maybe we can improve. So those two ladies help us, because they know the field very well, and they would come through with that and set up the trainings and then renew the trainings. So Deborah Ford has the clinical part that she helps us with. And Ms. Brown, Odulia Brown, is a psychologist. She worked for 36 years at Eastern State Hospital, and that experience gave her a lot of needed experiences that she can share with anybody. But we are lucky that she's ready to share with us those experiences. She's ready to explore new ways that we can address different skills or different needs that we need. My plan for the future is to prepare a new team, 1 or 2 or 3 teams that will continue what we are doing. But the other plan is to make sure that the day support program that we are going to have for our residents would be up and running, and that the needs of the individuals will be able to be built up where they would feel sustained to get a job, or to maybe go back to school, to do something in their life that can enhance their lifestyle as they grow. So it's not very easy. That application has been there for a while, but we are hoping that this would be the year the application would come through and we would start the program. When this lady came to ask us to take care of her son, I didn't apply for it, but the fact that she looked at us, she's a woman of faith, and she said, please help my son. And that was the history of her son. And she brought a whole big volume of what the doctors had said about her. She had a short time to live, and she wanted to make sure she left her son in safe hands. And that was the beginning of our history in this state for working with people with severe mental illness. I did not apply for it. It just came to us, and it was a challenge. She said, Mother Teresa takes care of everybody. I want you to take care of my son. Do you say no? We wanted to say no because we didn't have the resources. We didn't have anything to start with. But she said, she told us that, and she paid for the house, the rent for her son for 6 months. So in 6 months, then we had moved on to where we wanted to be. But it was a lot of challenge, a lot of work, because you get into everything. You're looking into zoning, you're looking into the standard, you're looking into real estate, you're looking into then taxes, you're looking into auxiliary grant with social services, all those things that you never saw before, you never thought of before. All of a sudden, all those things are in front of you, and you have to look at what to do when it has been a good challenge. And I don't think I would say I cannot do it, but now that we have gone this far, I think the grace of God has brought us this far, and so we thank Him. I get a lot of calls to go and be an administrator somewhere else. But this is where we found ourselves, and this is what this community needed. So I have never thought that I would go work for a 5-star facility anywhere else. Then the community needs called us here, and we are just happy to be here. So that makes a big difference in the sense that, well, this assisted living facility, with all the glamour that the others have, we may not have that, but we have the needs for the people that we are meeting, and we feel we feel blessed. We feel blessed. We feel blessed every day. We are living with people, and we are with them, but we will never have all the other big things everybody's looking for, but we have enough. We have enough to make us happy. We have enough to feel that we are gifted like everybody else, and that's all that it calls for. Otherwise, in the bigger realms of things, assisted living, when you are licensed, it's a big license, and it pays very well. But I'm here, and I am the administrator in this facility, but I can't pay myself that big salary and put food on the table for them at the same time. When we do what we do, it's really seeing the giftedness of each one, and every time, every day. We don't take anybody for granted. We don't take anything for granted. Everything is a gift.